And today, the Ford government introduced the COVID-19 Economic Recovery Act. They say it is the first step to help Ontario financially recover from the devastating hit it has taken over the past 4 months. But the opposition says it is a shameful piece of legislation that does nothing to actually help the communities that need it most.
It lays the foundation for a strong recovery for Ontario, a foundation for jobs and development that will strengthen our communities and create opportunities for people. We're already working to get shovels in the ground faster on vital infrastructure projects across the province.
It's kind of obvious that what Mr. Ford has decided to do here is use COVID-19 as a way to put 150 pages of legislation forward that have nothing to do with COVID-19. It's a shameful, shameful day when a government in the midst of a pandemic puts a piece of legislation 150 pages long forward that does zip to help people get through COVID-19 and to help get our economy up and running.
The government says it is investing $2.6 billion to rehabilitate Ontario's highways and bridges. They say it will get more people back to work, to build critical transportation infrastructure, which will also reduce delays, save taxpayers money, and help Ontario's financial situation overall. The opposition is critical that it includes nothing about long-term care, childcare, education, and doesn't speak to the struggles small businesses are facing. Now, the Premier also said he is in active negotiations with the federal government to secure more emergency funding for municipalities. We've been hearing from mayors all week about the desperate situation they are facing. They can't run deficits, and so they have to either choose between major tax hikes or cuts to vital services, and they say time is up. The Premier was pressed today on the holdup.
I'll cut the deal, but you're going to get less money. They understand. I don't rush a bad deal. And there's not a second in my mind that the federal government isn't calling large urban mayors trying to push this forward. So, to all the mayors out there, I'm fighting for you. I'm not fighting against you. I'm fighting for you. You want to cut a deal and you get shortchanged? Well, I'm not going to shortchange.
It's frightening to see the disregard this Premier has for the struggles that municipalities are facing. And the Premier needs to, open the coffers here at Queen's Park. The government has capacity here at Queen's Park to help municipalities out, and they need to do that. The Premier always points to the federal government. He's always pointing to the federal government.
The mayors want to secure at least $10 billion in emergency relief for all Canadian municipalities, but so far the Prime Minister has promised just a fraction of that, $2.2 billion.